Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble news channel. 2024 is going to be a bad surprise. Again, I don't think it was collapse or sadness. I just think that everyone was on the same side of the boat last year, which was the bad side. I believe everyone has come out of the boat feeling better. Still, almost every sign that you can look at in a big picture way. Leading economic measures have just hit new lows for the cycle. It's the lowest it's been in 4 rounds. In fact, I don't think we've ever had this many bad readings of lie in a row. Is that right? That's crazy. That's one PMI that's down. It's now PMI's turn. This is what Raul has been talking about. I believe you just talked to Jim Bianco. PMIs were what Jimmy was talking about. But I think there's a lot of global data that makes it look a little bad. It's going to surprise a lot of people how low GDP was in the first quarter, but that's how things work. They change with the seasons, but they don't seem to do it right. That means it's always the last quarter. I believe they might be getting close to zero. I am not sure if it will go down. What the weather is like. I haven't heard of any polar vortex or other weather shocks. So if we do have one, it will be a surprise. In fact, it's funny up to this point. Because it's been cold, I haven't heard anyone talk about global warming lately. I'm not sure. The weather, on the other hand, is something I can bring. What did everyone miss last year? That's the third year of the presidential run, was likely one of the things that people missed the most. To sum up, there are many rounds of 4 years. Crypto has a 4-year loop. There's this 4-year cycle for presidents. The stock market always does best in the third year, which is the year before the election. On average, it's 16%. In other words, it's 16%. That's what people missed for sure. It was a secret what that money was spent on. We were going to give large amounts of money to people in Ukraine who launder money. We didn't know we were going to be in another war after MS. Yellen said it was clear we could handle two. What? You're paying for wars. That's what rich people do. It pays for wars. That's what central banks were made to do. They started paying for wars in the 1600s and they haven't stopped since. I believe we all miss that. It changes every 4 years, but markets tend to be quiet in the fourth year, which is election year. In general, it's around 6%, which is neither too high nor too low. But what you're talking about is the swing factor, which means that we lean socialist, communist like handout or authoritarian. I mean, I hear some pretty cool stuff. I feel like, are we in Venezuela? Are we still in Argentina? Are we still in the Weimar era? The truth is that's a really scary thing. The person who wrote this did a lot of posts on Twitter about the history of Weimar. I wish I could give him credit, but I can't remember his name. I had no idea, I swear. When you look at what they did and what's going on in America, oh my gosh, it's just the same plan right down to a lot of little details. I mean, really, my eyes were wide open. So there would be hyperinflation, which could never happen. We are having an earth problem. What do you think is going on right now? It is being chipped away. The standing of the petrodollar is under attack. They are now talking to Russia and China. It looks like they're hitting us in the face. People think a loss of control event is farther away than I think it is. I'm not saying it will happen tomorrow. Hey crypto builders, today we're going to look into the crypto extravaganza that happens at the end of the year and try to figure out Bitcoin's mysterious journey of exciting twists and turns. You can join us on this exciting journey by clicking subscribe and like to start the game. One of the most exciting things going on right now is Bitcoin. Navigating the highs and lows like Santa Claus brings gifts. There is a lot of excitement about a possible spot, the acceptance of a Bitcoin ETF, and the upcoming halving in April 2024. We're all on the edge of our seats, eyes glued to the magic crystal ball to get a sneak peek into 2024 because Bitcoin has gone up more than 100%. Hold on tight because we're about to talk about predictions that will blow your mind, like Bitcoin reaching a staggering $1 million. What's making all the fuss? Things like the acceptance of ETFs, a limited supply, a financial tsunami, and a demand price shock are all coming together to make the perfect storm. Crypto fans are very happy about this. Listen, can you hear the cash registers? But hold on, the party is not over yet. Raul Pal, co-founder of Real Vision, has joined the crowd and says that Bitcoin will be worth a staggering $500,000 to $1 million by 2025. Pal praises Bitcoin as the fastest horse in the race for risk-adjusted returns, which is a sign that people are moving away from Wall Street and toward the exciting world of crypto. From behind the scenes of this $1 billion show, Mo and Pal blame ETFs and say they are game makers. They are putting a lot of money on Bitcoin's limited supply, its role as a high-risk, high-reward rock star, and the way its value is changing around the world, getting things ready for Bitcoin's big show. As the curtain goes down, the drama starts with the possible acceptance of an ETF putting Bitcoin in the big leagues. What do you think about this very important question? Let's move on to Mark Yusko now. In fact, I can't remember a time when people were so wrong. Maybe my memory is getting worse, such as, and I include myself. I mean, I'm not taking everyone else off the bus because, hey, I was right. No. Perhaps I wasn't 100% sure. If you add 1 meter of no decline to that, I might not have been 100% sure. And I looked at a lot of different things, including the liquidity numbers. And it seemed like we were going to hike until something broke. I think that one, I think people missed one thing, and we can take some credit for that because we did talk about it and I think we got it. But then we got another part of the statement completely wrong, which I'll get to. In November and December of last year, we did talk about how China had turned on the cash machine. The Fed was cutting back on cash, but China put $1 trillion into the economy. There's that word again. So when I saw that, I thought, well, obviously then Chinese stocks will do great. That was the biggest mistake I've ever made. There will be a dragon market roar. There has been a straight drop. We were at the lowest point in 5 years. After that, on the last day of last week, the government started to either ban or limit how long you can play games. 10 said it was down 15% in one day. I'm not the one who came up with that idea, but I think people missed how much cash was being made available. Then it was clear that none of us saw coming that the third biggest bank failure in history would be a good thing because it would allow the Federal Reserve to inject another $300 billion into the economy. I believe we all missed cash as a group, and this is we should have our own thoughts, but in the end we're projecting some knowledge. Crypto was right for us. I believe we did too. We did great. And when people threw rocks, I told them, no way, you don't get it. Well, cycles are there for a reason, and we didn't change how we were going to be this crypto summer or how we were going to move toward fair value. Tim came on and we talked about fair value. Finally, people understood how Metcalfe's law worked. We are now at 53.44, which is just below the fair value of 51. We're still not at the half point, so that slow drift will still get us there. But the show is about to begin. That's why I am. Thanks for that. Please give me a pat on the back.